After more than 12 hours of grueling interrogation, 26-year-old Samson Shelton finally snaps, confessing to a despicable crime.
I drove her to a wooded area. I tied this thing around her neck to make it look like someone choked her out there.
Now, the guilt-ridden high school teacher agrees to take investigators to the hiding place deep in the woods, where he dumped the body of teenager Ashley Reeves.
Once he said, "I'm going to take you to her," my job kind of kicked into high gear.
Shelton dragged Ashley far into the trees of this public park the previous afternoon. But now, under the cover of night and rain, Shelton can't get his bearings.
70, car.
Okay.
Came in there.
I don't know. I came in the woods and I just started moving.
Ashley's body could be anywhere.
Can you walk up there and shine your light over there?
It was dark, it was rainy, it was cold. The woods were so thick.
Did you ever think maybe she's not here? Maybe this is just another lie?
After we had walked through the woods for probably 20, 30 minutes or so, I was beginning to wonder if he was maybe just kind of taking us on a wild goose chase and kind of just playing with us again.
I'm wondering if we're getting back too far. Unless it looks familiar to you, Sam.
Then hearts stop.
Oh, hey, right there.
As flashlights land on a grisly discovery, Ashley Reeves' broken body.
Lieutenant, if I could get some light, please.
She was laying on the ground, on her back, obviously deceased.
There was thousands of insect bites all over her. She'd been out there for a long time.
30 excruciating hours. Then, a miracle.
She's breathing. She's breathing. Get EMTs. Get EMTs.
I saw her chest rise, and it was just like, oh my God.
Ashley?
We were just panicky.
Ashley, can you hear me? Can you see my light, Ashley? Can you see that? Can you talk to me?
Oh my God, we found her. She's alive.
Wow.
Can you talk to me? Can you talk, Ash?
Emergency personnel race to save Ashley. She's been left for dead in the woods for more than 30 hours. Cold, barely breathing, strangled nearly to death. Even though she's still alive, the prognosis is not good.
The paramedics that were there told me that they didn't think she was going to make it out of the woods.
Back at the police station, these evidence photos show Sam Shelton barely had a mark on him. When Detective Johnson finally hears his confession, he knows why. Ashley never had a chance to put up much of a fight.
And when I took the belt, I pulled.
They got into some sort of an argument, and she would not get out of his car. He claims he got her into a wrestling chokehold, and when he did that, he heard her neck pop, and she went limp. He didn't know what to do. He said that he panicked at that point.
Now just listen as Shelton describes what he did next. Be warned, his heartless, almost childlike confession will turn your stomach.
I was a nervous wreck thinking, what do I do? What do I do? I wanted to make it look like she got strangled there in the woods.
So he choked her. That didn't work. She was still breathing.
When I took the belt, I pulled. I pulled it on her neck. I don't know how long I held on. I had to turn my head because I didn't want to see. And all of a sudden I heard like a gurgle. And then all of a sudden when I heard the gurgle, I let go. And when I let go, she had spit, foam coming out of her mouth. And then I'd seen that she was the sickest color I'd ever seen. Her tongue was like kind of protruding, like between the teeth.
He then used his foot for leverage to choke as hard as he could, and the belt broke. So he repositioned one more time and choked until there was no more breathing, no more froth, no more changing of the facial color, and he left her in the middle of these woods.
So based on what he said, he's snapped her neck and left her for dead.
Yes, ma'am.
I just took off, and I mean, I literally darted through there like a bat out of hell.
Then Shelton's confession concludes with this head-shaking exchange.
Am I going to be able to get like my contact solution and take my contacts out and toothbrush? And
I don't think so.
I can't take my contacts out either?
Reality has yet to sink in for this self-absorbed 26-year-old who doesn't seem all that concerned about the girl he admittedly tried to strangle in the woods.
Am I able to get like a little private toilet because I can't pee when there's people around because of my urinary stress disorder?
Yeah, I don't know, Sam. Well, I'll tell them that that's what you want,
Okay.
but I don't know if they'll be able to do that.
Because I'll be miserable if I can't pee.
Yeah.
To go on like it was just business as usual was just...
I mean, that for me makes it even more chilling.
Samson Shelton is arrested and charged with attempted murder. Despite his confession, he makes bail and is released while awaiting trial. But his troubles with the law are far from over. At one point, authorities say Shelton actually tries to commit suicide, ingesting a potentially fatal cocktail of prescription pills and Jägermeister. Then, when EMTs rush in to try to save him, the troubled teacher reportedly punches and spits at them.
I was told by emergency room staff that he had some sort of writing on his chest, like a marker that says, "Don't save me," or "Don't resuscitate me," or something like that.
But cops say this wasn't remorse for what Shelton had done. It was another cold, calculated move.
Do you think it was a legitimate suicide attempt?
No.
It was just a call for attention?
Or something to help him in court.
Shelton pleads guilty to attempted first-degree murder and is sentenced to 20 years in prison. But what about Ashley, the 17-year-old girl Shelton heartlessly threw out in the woods to die?
She's tough. One of the toughest people that you would meet.
It's a toughness born out of a slow and grueling return from near death.
How long in your memory was it before she could start communicating and could start moving again?
It was quite a while. It took a while for her to come out of the coma. It took a while for her brain to wake up. Her brain was relapsing the incident over and over.
Months later, Ashley regains full use of her body. But there's one thing that still cripples her. Coming up, Ashley Reeves speaks to our Elizabeth Smart.
Hi, Ashley. So nice to meet you.
And she takes her back for the first time to the place recalled only in her nightmares.
Part of me wants to try and remember, and then part of me is like, oh, that might not be a good idea.